Unnecessary.
Go into open session here in a minute.
Well, I'm following up with
No.
trooper appreciation. Dave, comment, other comments as necessary. You'll have tears in your eyes. So, just get the Kleenex out.
Okay, it's 9:17. We're at CBID. It's July 27th, 2026. We will now go into open session of the State Police Board meeting. First item on the agenda, minutes from the May 18th ISP Board meeting have been signed by myself, Colors. Everyone has, I believe, signed their claim and travel vouchers, correct? Okay. So the next item on the agenda today, Superintendent Scott, we have personnel changes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President and members of the board. Requesting approval for the following listed changes, and there's a few of them this time. So I'm going to start with the Investigations Bureau. Requesting that First Sergeant Patrick R. Deckard, Forensic Services Division, Digital Forensics Unit, is promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Permanent to serve as the unit commander. Sergeant Samuel A. Bullock, Investigations Division, Drug Investigations, is promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Permanent and transferred to the Interdiction Section to serve as the section commander. Master Trooper Timothy A. Cummins, Investigations Division, District Investigations, South Zone, Bloomington District Number 33, is promoted to the rank of Sergeant Permanent to serve as the investigative squad leader. Senior Trooper Brandon M. Farias, Investigations Division, Investigations, Drug, Auto Theft, is promoted to the rank of Sergeant Permanent to serve as the Vehicle Crimes Unit Squad Leader. Trooper James H. Manning, Enforcement Bureau, Field Operations, Area 3, Evansville, District Number 35, is transferred to the Investigations Bureau, District Investigations, South Zone, Jasper, District Number 34, and reassigned as a Detective Permanent. In the Enforcement Bureau, Sergeant David A. Plug, Special Operations Division, Aviation, is promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Permanent to serve as the unit commander. Trooper Austin A. Straub, Field Operations, Area 4, Versailles, District Number 42, is promoted to the rank of Sergeant Permanent to serve as a district squad leader. Trooper Tyler R. Line, Field Operations, Area 4, Sellersburg, District Number 45, is promoted to the rank of Sergeant Permanent to serve as the district squad leader. Trooper George T. Yopel, Field Operations, Area 2, Fort Wayne, District Number 22, is transferred to the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Collaborative Policing Division, Commercial Vehicle Enforcement, and reassigned as a Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Officer Permanent. Trooper Noah E. Moore, Field Operations, Area 4, Versailles, District Number 42, is transferred to the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Collaborative Policing Division, Commercial Vehicle Enforcement, and reassigned as a Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Officer Permanent. And if approved, these following personnel changes will be effective August 2nd, 2026, sir.
Thank you, Superintendent. Quite a list today, you guys.
Yes. Yeah, we had a couple months where we didn't have any promotions, so we tried to catch up a little bit.
Okay. Any board members have any questions they feel they need to address or would like to address relative to the proposed personnel changes? Okay. If there being none, is there a motion to approve the personnel changes presented by Superintendent Scott?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of approving these personnel changes, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Is there any opposition? There being none, the personnel changes have been unanimously approved. Thank you, Superintendent Scott. Next item on the agenda, Colonel Relaford. We've got staff report and retirement, so we'll start with staff report first.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Mr. President, members of the board. As of July 1st, 2026, we have 1,124 troopers. We are currently in the lateral hiring process. It'll be the 91st with currently 26 applicants within the process. So we're in that process with the academy start date of January 17th. For our Capitol Police process, we have 4 that have proceeded through the psychological phase, and they're starting the medical phase this week with that academy start date of August 17th. The current recruit class, the 90th recruit class, since we last spoke, have completed our criminal and traffic law, which is pretty big hurdles in the academy. And we have 49 that have proceeded. So since we last spoke, we had 1 person resign due to personal reasons, and 2 did not pass the criminal law test. All passed the traffic law test. And so that leaves us remaining with 49 recruits in the current academy, and they'll be starting their splits where they are doing their EVO training, defensive tactics, and firearms training this week. They'll start to where they're split up in different squads and doing that training.
Do the recruits, Major Wood, maybe you can tell me, do the recruits get to retake on criminal law?
They can, the 2 that left elected not to.
They left?
They made 0 effort during the class, and
Okay.
remediation would have been unproductive.
Okay, thank you for that.
Colonel, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
If I remember correctly, last month, didn't we have 58 recruits left in the school? And that, but anyway, now we've got, what, 49?
Yes,
I mean, that's a difference of 9. I don't think you had that many.
I'm trying to remember the number from the last meeting, but
We started with 60.
yeah,
We
we didn't have
lost-
58.
We lost a few pretty early on, 2 or 3 pretty early on, and then we had some family issues, then criminal law, and 1 other guy leave, do some.
For sure, it's all been personal reasons of why they resigned, and then the 2 criminal law were the other 2. But we do have 49 remaining.
Couple injuries.
With all of the,
Yeah, we had 1 injury. We had a shoulder injury too that he has to have the surgery. Remember?
Correct. 1 injury.
And he wants to come back
at another school.
at this school.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, he had a shoulder injury that was probably pre-existing according to our team, but they didn't catch it.
He had a shoulder injury in this school. He wants to come back.
He wants to come back to another one. He's just got.
No, that's what I was asking. I
another-
couldn't imagine him coming back. to this
No.
one.
Yeah, right. He's gonna have a surgery and then he's gonna reapply.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we need all we can keep in there, that's for sure, with all of the retirements we have.
We're working on it, sir.
So academically, how would you rate the class up to this point?
Probably more of a Pete question, but our Major Wood question, but actually we are doing well. The ones that passed did very well.
I think, overall, I think this is academically stronger than the last few classes.
Really? Okay.
The hires are high, but the couple of lowers were low.
Much lower. Well, that's encouraging because we were very impressed with the last few classes. So overall, if this one, they're higher academically and if they're going to be higher in the other aspects of their training, we're in for another good group.
Yes, sir.
I just, off the top of my head, I thought of something. I suppose that the new recruits are going to be issued the P320s as their weapon. What about the Capitol Police? Are they going to be transitioned to P320s?
Yes, they do the same training that troopers do, so yes, sir.
Thank you.
You gonna let them drive the fancy new cars on the Evo track?
Yeah, probably not gonna take those Mustangs to the Evo track or any of the new ones. They got Evo cars out there,
Okay.
President.
No Corvette either.
Well, that's only for Shay, I think.
Still gets the Corvette.
He's certified in driving. a Corvette.
Anything else we need to cover on staff report?
No, sir.
Okay, retirements and resignations report?
Yes, sir. Since we last met, there was a pension advisory board meeting on June 16th, 2026. There are several retirements that were read into the record that you see in front of you. And typically, obviously, there's going to be some retirements at each pension advisory board meeting. They're held quarterly, so for a year. And this list itself is, I believe, maybe the largest at one meeting. And so that's where you have the letters A through double H with the retirements.
I would just like to add on that this is not shocking to us. This was kind of, we predicted this due to being the end of the 3-year raise. The guys have their 3 years in the pension under the new raise. We kind of expected this to happen. And actually, it's been a lot lower than what we envisioned. So while it's high, it's not as high as we suspected it would be.
We had talked about that, I think, when that happened.
Yes.
And so as you see on the back with the pending trooper separations, when we meet next, those, all those in July will be off the list. And as the superintendent was saying, that 3-year mark, July 1 to 3 years, July 1, is why you see a lot of retirements within the month of July.
Any other questions for Colonel Relaford? Anything else, Colonel, or we covered it all?
Good, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Next item on the agenda, Colonel Hill, military leave without pay.
Good morning, Mr. President, members of the board. So there's a few of these today. The first one is Trooper Jace Haddon from the Lowell District Enforcement Bureau. He was granted military leave without pay. That does not begin until November the 7th. He will be on military leave with pay from August the 2nd through November the 6th. And he's in the Marine Corps Reserves, so he'll be in country. The second
I'm
is,
sorry, you said it'd be in country?
yes,
And I think it says here, military leave without pay, and you said with pay on Haddon.
He's got 2 separate windows. He's got some with pay and some without.
yeah, without pay will be between November the 7th of 2026 and February the 14th of 27. And the military leave with pay would be from August the 2nd through November the 6th of this year.
So yeah, for clarification there, what comes before the board is the without pay days. Every member gets 15 days with pay that they can use throughout the year, however they choose. But without pay is what becomes before the board for approval of those days.
Thank you for that clarification.
Okay, the second would be regarding Ashley Portillo Jarquin. He's regional dispatcher from the Indianapolis Regional RDC. There's both military leave with pay and without pay. The military leave without pay would be for the period of July 26th through August the 2nd. And with pay would be through July 17th through July 25th. And she'll be in country in the Army National Guard. Third will be Andy Wolverton, a trooper out of the Fort Wayne District, the Enforcement Bureau. That we requested, or that it's been approved, military leave without pay for the period of July 17th through July 19th of this year. Be in country serving the Army National Guard. The next one will be Jasmine Perez Tejeda, criminal intelligence analyst. Be military leave without pay for the period of June the 12th through September the 30th, 2026. Be in country serving the Air Force Reserve. And the last one would be Trooper Ben Smith out of the legal office of General Headquarters, military leave without pay from June 15th through September the 30th, 2026. He'll be out of the country serving in South Korea in the Air National Guard. And that's it, Mr. President.
Any questions of Colonel Hill? Thank you, Colonel.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda. Consider for approval the June 15th, 2026 meeting minutes. Mr. Graves, I will defer first of all to you before we go to Secretary Kohler.
That's all, no problems.
I'm good,
Okay.
no problem.
There we go.
Unanimous consent. Anna, congratulations. Unanimous consent, not even a comma out of line here. So in light of that, is there a motion to approve the June 15, 2026 meeting minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second,
All those in favor of approval, please signify by saying aye. Is there any opposition? There being none, the June 15 minutes are unanimously approved. Okay. Next item, Superintendent Scott. Any comments or observations or discussions that you have for the board at this point in time?
I would just like to again say that our two troopers who were injured in the line of duty over the last couple months are both doing well, expected to make full recovery. Both Trooper Benjamin Beers and Sergeant Heflin, both doing great. Governor Braun met with them and their families at the Lowell District last week, which I know they really, really appreciated that. A really big deal to them, and continued prayers and for their quick recovery and getting back to work quickly. That makes, just like to highlight, that makes 5 officers injured in the line of duty in the last couple months. So our 2 troopers, LaPorte County deputy got shot, and then last week 2 IMPD officers got shot in the line of duty on the northeast side. So again, our people continue to operate in a highly volatile and dangerous situation each and every day, but each and every day they get up and go to work and give it their best every day. So again, I think it's shows tremendous fortitude on the part of all of our people, wearing a uniform across this state. So I just wanted to highlight that. One other thing I'd like to highlight is Captain Pete Lugoza represented ISP in London at the Special Investigations Capabilities Conference 2 weeks ago, where he was a keynote speaker. So that's a really, really big deal for the department and a really big deal for Pete. So just want to thank him for that. And I know he represented ISP really well there. So I'll be more than happy to answer any questions or entertain any thoughts that the board may have.
During, all these incidents, especially our 2 troopers being shot recently, has that had any effect, or has there been any discussion with the new recruits at the academy relative to that, or have you gotten any feedback or reaction as a result of it?
Have not gotten any reaction that I've heard back from the academy. I don't know if Lieutenant Colonel Relford has.
No negative feedback, but the academy staff, commander does address it with
Right.
them and make sure they're aware of what's going on and any feedback or any feelings that they may have on it.
What I will say, Mr. President, is I know you've heard this before. Our people are really, really good when things are really, really bad. And we got to see that firsthand. All of the commanders, we went up to South Bend and to Lowell during both of these. And I'm not sure I've ever seen a stronger showing of support than I seen for Trooper or Sergeant Heflin at South Bend. We had a room. There were 3 catered meals a day for our people and his squad, the districts, everybody. There was just a continuous stream of troopers and law enforcement officers in there to see him each and every day. So makes you really proud to see that. It's really special. This group of people that we work with, they're super special. And again, we're really, really good at really bad things. So.
Just as an aside, I was at the Lowell Post a few weeks ago with Ms. Rosenberg. We were doing some work. And I could just tell that all the people there were rooting for both our troops, and everybody was showing concern and were upbeat by the fact that they were both recovering. I was just curious to see how that affected our recruits, or whether we had any negative reactions to where anybody decided to drop out as a result of it, because I know it affected all the board members as well. And glad to hear that the academy class was able to deal with it, and that the recruits are still seem to be strong. So,
Yeah, I think it kind of solidifies their drive, so to speak, to serve and be a part of this team when these bad things like this happen. You know, as we all seen after 9/11 years ago, we had people giving up, professional athletes giving up their careers to go serve. I think that's what these situations do for us also, is it just solidifies that passion to be a part of something bigger than yourself.
I would imagine they're going to stay even more focused on their training now as a result of that as well,
Yes, sir.
which is good. Anyone else have anything?
Yeah, I just, July 1st, I was sitting 2 miles away at the bottom of the hill from where Pennsylvania State Trooper Mike Bahira was killed. He was a personal friend of some of my family friends. And I just want to recognize that I was very pleased that we sent 2 troopers, Master Trooper Phil Hensley from Sellersburg and Trooper Kevin Fowler from Bloomington, to the funeral, which was held at my high school. It was an emotional time for family, friends, and I spent some time checking on them. But just speaking with Master Trooper Hensley as they were starting to travel and giving him some restaurant suggestions and things like that, I was just very pleased with the support we were able to give the Pennsylvania State Troopers. Because when bad things happen, we're not only here, but we are in other parts of the country. And just personally, I am very thankful that we were able to do that.
Thank
I
you.
wanted to recognize them.
That's what we do.
Trooper Hensley, Master Trooper Hensley said he was not going to take his Mustang.
That's probably because he didn't have a choice, Marilyn.
Well, he didn't think they could get all their gear and Trooper Fowler in the car.
That's probably true too.
But I will be following up with them, and mentioned instead of trying to connect with them there, I'll connect with them.
Well, thank
Now-
you. And again, sorry for your loss. Obviously, you were close to the family. So again, sorry for that.
Thank you for supporting that
Yes.
effort.
Anything else? Okay, since there's no other comments or discussion in open session now, we are going to recess our open session. The board has a formal disciplinary matter hearing that will begin shortly. And could take 2, maybe 2.5 days, who knows? We will at the time we conclude this hearing, just have a brief for anyone that watches these podcasts. We will just have a very brief closing of open session on that day, so which will be very informal and very short. But we'll recess at this time at 9:42. We're scheduled to go back into open session at 10:30 to begin our formal hearing at
Executive.
executive session, I'm sorry, at 10:30. Okay? So we're in recess at 9:43.